So let's create our user controller. So let's move to our terminal and run php artisan make controller, and let's call it user controller and hit enter. We need also a request. So let's make a request to validate the data. So let's add one for adding user request and one for the auth user request. So now we are done. Let's move to or let's do something. Let's close the files that we don't need for now and move to our user controller. So here is our user controller. So now we need to add functions. So the first one will show the registration form. So public function show a registration form, and inside the show registration form. Okay, and inside what we will do, so we will return the view that we will create later, and view will be inside the users folder, and we will give it the register as a name. Okay, so next what we need to do, we need to store the new user. So we add another function, let's name it store, and this one will use add user request that we have defined, and don't forget to import it. So let's import the class. So you can import it from use app http requests add user request. And once we validate the data, so we create the user using the request validated, okay, which has the validated fields. So once registered, so we return the user to the route, which is the login, so he can log in. And we display also a success message telling him that the account created successfully. Okay, so we need also to import the user model. Don't forget to import it. So next what we have another function that will display the login. So we will display or show the login form. So let's change it from show registration to show login form, and we will display login form that we will create later. Next we have the login function. So here log in the user. So let's rename it to login, and here we will use the request that we have already created. So auth user request, and we have the request here. So let's import it as we have done with the add user request. So what is next? So next we need to get or to try to log in the user. So using the auth attempt method, and we give it the request validated data, which are the validated fields of the form. So next, if the the registration is done successfully. So what we need to do, we need to return the user to the route, and the route will be this one. So let's add here return to route, and the route, let's add it, which is the QR codes dot index. Okay, index. So now the user has logged in successfully. If he did not log in successfully, so we need to return him back with the errors. We can use with errors, and errors method takes array and array, so we will display the error using the email field. Okay, and we will tell this user the provided credentials do not match our records. Okay, so now we are done with the login function. So next, do not match. So here I have mistake, match. So the provided credentials do not match our records, not match. So match, not match. So we have another one. So this one will log out. So log out. Let's change it here to log out the user. And let's rename it to logout, and we can use here auth logout. Where is it? So here is the logout method, and we return the user to the route, which is logged in. Okay, because he has logged out or logged out. What is next? So next we have another one. So this one will display the profile. So once the user is logged in, so we can display his profile. So let's change it to show the profile page. So here we can name it profile, and we will return a view that we will create later, which is the profile. Okay, so those are all the functions that we need here inside our user controller. So we have show the registration form that displays the registration form. Here we store new user using the validation requests, and we redirect the user to the login with the message. So here, account created successfully. And what else we need? Or what else we have? So we have show login form. So here we display the login form. And we have the login function that log in the user with the provided email and password. If the login is done successfully, we redirect him to the QR code index page, which is this one. If not, we display an error message telling him that the provided credentials do not match our records. Next, we have the logout function. So here we log out the user, and we return and redirect him to the login page. Here we display the profile or the user profile page. Okay, so this is our controller. So next we need to move to the requests and the routes.